到大街小巷，每个人的嘴里见面第一句话
就是 Happy Drinking. Hey, welcome to day 4 of the CNY beer reviews, Chinese New Year beer reviews. I know Chinese New Year is long gone, it's just that, well, I managed to get all these beers from China, so might as well. And today we're looking at the final 2 beers from China. One is the Laoshan beer from Tsingtao Brewery, and the other is the Lao beer from, well, Tsingtao. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. SG Alcohol Guy here, making use of my Wines and Spirits certification to give you honest reviews on the alcohols that I am tasting. As mentioned, I'm having 2 beers from China. One is from Tsingtao Brewery, which is this Laoshan beer. And the second is also from Tsingtao, but it's from the Tsingtao Lao Beer Company. And it is just called the Lao beer. And I'm actually quite hopeful for this too, because I had the Tsingtao beers last week, the Tsingtao usual beer as well as the Tsingtao Gold, and both tasted pretty good. In fact, the regular beer tasted better than the gold version. So I'm looking forward to this too, simply because they're brewed from the same region, which means they tend to use the same ingredients. If anything, just using the water there should help the flavor a lot. And because this is going to be a beer review, a beer comparison, I also have prepared plain water to wash my palate in between the tastings to keep it fair. Moving on, I got this bigger can at $3.65, that's Singapore dollars, and it is a 500 ml beer, and it comes with a 4.7% alcohol content. So if I were to convert it to a 330 ml can size, it's roughly $2.40. Whereas this one, well, I had to buy a pack of 6, it cost me $11.80, so it's just under $2 per can. Alright, it's a 330 ml can as I mentioned, and the alcohol content is, oh my, 3.6%. So if you've watched my videos in December 2021, I've done a few low alcohol content beers. I didn't like almost all of them, so I'm already having a preconceived notion of this one. But let's see what's what. Let's be objective. First, Laoshan beer. 500 ml can, decent price. I'm not saying it's a cheap beer, but it's a decently priced beer, right, for this size. So, and as usual, when I pour my beers, I like to make sure there's a lot of foam in the glass. I'd rather the foam be in the glass than in the stomach, so I don't get so bloated. Plus, it gives you a slight indication of how long the finish is going to be. And this one looks pretty good so far. Now this one, the Lao beer, pretty interesting. It comes with the old pull tab, as I'm so unused to it. I haven't, seen this really for quite some time. Really interesting. And as usual, pour it the same way so that we have the same effect. Right, and immediately you can see that this has a lot more foam compared to the second can, the 3.6% beer. But color-wise, the Laoshan beer from Tsingtao is actually lighter colored compared to the Lao beer. This is a lot more golden. This is a little bit more darker, deeper yellow, right? So this gives a very refreshing feeling, and this just makes it feel like it's more strong flavored. But let's see how they smell like. Okay. The smell follows the color. This smells very light, whereas this actually smells more full-bodied. Doesn't make sense, but taste test. Tsingtao Brewery Laoshan beer first, Laoshan 啤酒. Palate cleansing. Now, when you cleanse your palate, it makes sense to keep rolling the water over your tongue and it's just either you spit it out. For me, I swallow it because I don't want to dirty my floor. Now, for the Tsingtao Lao beer. So, both are beers from Tsingtao, China. One is from I'm guessing this is the major brewery from Tsingtao Brewery. This one is probably a smaller brewing company. I would say that the smaller one with the old-fashioned can and 3.6% alcohol is really very good. It's full of flavor. It's not bitter per se, it's not too hoppy, but it just feels refreshingly crisp all the way in. There's a hint of that malt, a hint of it, but it's totally different from any of the 3.6% alcohol beers that I have tasted. If I were to pick the bunch out of all the 3.6 beers, I would pick this. For the Laoshan beer at 4.7% alcohol, $2.40 if you go by the same price versus $2. It is a lot lighter. It is a little bit less flavorful, even compared to their own Tsingtao beer, where that was very nice and crisp, balanced beer. This one feels a little bit too light, hardly any finish. So this is extremely surprising. I fully expected to end my day saying this is the better one, but this Tsingtao Lao Tsingtao Lao beer is not only cheaper, it's actually a lot more flavorful and a lot more enjoyable. The fact that I had to buy 6 cans simply means that the other 5 cans are going to disappear, well, maybe in half an hour. So, get this, full stop. Hey, thanks for watching up to this point. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you have, do help me click on the like button. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. More importantly, drop me some comments. If you have seen these beers and you've managed to pick one up and try, let me know what you think, because I personally cannot stop raving about the Tsingtao Lao beer. Seriously, extremely good value for me. So with that, pick up a few cans and happy drinking.